Hello, this video is to show you some files about extrusion. This will help you to do lab 6, how to draw the prism. Now I have some files in this directory, pool, u, class, cs520, labs, lab 4, and from here you can see some files. Basically, these are the mesh files that we discussed in class, except that now I put all the say the vector and point files in the util 3d.h and .cpp. Now you can see that this is the xyz class we have discussed, the point free class, the vector free. So these are all the classes that we have discussed, except that now we put this in the same file, so that's easier to link. And the mesh is the same as we discussed before, except that I added one function called set color that will set the color to different values for different phase. And well, the data are the same as before, and I created another file called display that will render the graphics object, the mesh. So, and we can have two options. We can turn on the light or turn off the light. So in this way, if the light is on, then say all these settings, materials, color, lighting will be used. If it is off, then the set color will have effect. And this, and also we can rotate the object by pressing the XYZ. And besides this, all others are basically the same as before. So now I can compile this file, and so we created the executable. So this is mesh, and when execute that, it tells you the usage. So we have to enter the file name. There's the data.txt. So create this file with different color. The bound that we used before, I can rotate it by pressing the keys X, Y, Z. As you can see from here. Or I can also execute this with the option 1. When this option is 1, then we'll use the lighting effect. As you can see, so the lighting is used, and we still can rotate it as before. So the light is from the upper right side. So you can see that the other side is dark on the left side. Anyway, you can play with this. And for the prism, we have different values as we discussed in class. So we have say the cap and the base and the walls. So once we figure out the data, we again put that in the file. We use the same file to render it. So we just input this. So this is the prism that we have. Again, we can rotate it. Then we can see different colors. Or we can turn on the lighting effect as before. Just put in the one option. So you can see that the light is on. So you can see its effect. So rotating it. Okay, well, now you can try the file. This should help you to do the lab 6. Now last time we also discussed extrusion using the fillet frame, and we mentioned about the helix. So this is the helix. So I can rotate, so you can see that how this figure looks like. Okay. And then by plotting a polygon along the helix curve, we could obtain a tube. Actually, I do not draw the tube here, I just draw the polygons along the curve, as you can see. And you can see it from different angles. We just draw the square along the curve. Where we move along the curve and draw the square. Now if we join them together, then we will have this tube, as you can see from this tube. Okay. We just join all the chords together. So this is the tube that we just seen, the file. So basically this is what we have discussed in class. So this is to calculate the points at the curve, cosine t, sine t, b times t, and the fourth component is 1 as it is a point. And so this is to calculate the transformation matrix. This is for debug, for you to print the matrix out. And say we have these 4 points defining a chord. And this is to say draw the chord along the curve. Okay, we have different points at the curve. We get for different t, different c. Then we just draw that with this color, and then we change the M, the transformation matrix. So when we move it along, we will change the vertices of the chord. So let me show you this to you again, so that you see how this works.